Oh, we live. I promise y'all, every time the technology works, I just be like giddy on the inside. Well, hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset. In particular, how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, please stay. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have been here before and you are returning, welcome back, welcome back. While we're here at the beginning, just in case somebody catches this in the replay, please don't forget, go ahead while you're here and while you're thinking about it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel, do all the things you're supposed to do. Any of the buttons will work, I promise you. Even if you hit the thumbs down button, it don't matter because for YouTube, it's all engagement. So hit a button while you're here, hit a button. What else was I gonna say? Like, share, subscribe, you know, do all the things you do. So let me greet everybody who is here today. Hey Cheryl. Hey Mimi Slow Travels, D Walker, Kimberly, and Bill. Hello, hello. And my sister Marilyn is always in the house, y'all. None of this is possible without Marilyn. I'm just gonna keep telling y'all that. Just none of this. It doesn't work. There are two people. This wait a minute, y'all. My Siri is recording everything I'm saying. How do you stop that thing? This is part of the problem, y'all. My grandboy
I
would have,
didn't get that. Could you try again?
my grandbaby would have to help me with the tech piece. If it wasn't for Marilyn and Marissa, y'all, none of this would be looking the way it's looking. And that's with support. Y'all, this is me with the support. So thank you all. Hey, did it say Cherry? Hey, is it Sherry? Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I'm gonna get right into it. And I got my notes today. I have learned so much, y'all. I have a whole script. Hello, Evie. My grandboy is the truth, y'all. He keeps me on track with all of my tech stuff. So whenever I get in a pickle, I can't bother Marilyn all the time. And I can't bother Marissa all the time. But my grandbaby, he is always down. He's like, Nene, I got you. He'll tell me how to do things I don't know how to do, particularly with any of this streaming stuff. He knows everything. But you guys know what the topic is today. If y'all have any questions too, let me, drop them in the chat. Start with a QQQ at the front, and I'll know that that's a question. Hey, Latoya. Hey. So today I have seven, it's really kind of myths. I don't know. Let me tell you where it started. That might help. How did this video even idea come up? I was home recently last year, and one of my great friends from high school, Kathina, she asked me, she was like, pulling me to the side. She's like, Sandra, tell me the truth. She said, all we hear are like the good things, like it's beautiful, travel is this and that. People show the positive side of travel. That's what travel bloggers are paid. Some of these people are paid. So she asked me, give it to me straight. Well, we were in mixed company. And so I didn't have like a set answer, but I knew exactly what she was talking about. She was like, girl, give it to me straight. And she knew I would. So that's what this is. And the reason I wanted to do it is because it can be misleading. Nobody wants to be on the other side, hearing and seeing all this beautiful stuff. And then when you get there, it's like, wait a minute. It's kind of like what they said. I think travel bloggers will set you up for disappointment. That's what I think. Hey Janice, and we don't want to. My grandpa said, "Keep it 100, keep it a buck." You don't want to. I don't want anybody to be misled, because true enough, the places are beautiful. I've been to some beautiful places I would return to, places I would consider living, places I would recommend to my family and friends. And the same token, I've been to some places that I wouldn't. And I think that's what people want to know. They want to know the real. They do want to know the truth. Is it as beautiful? Yes, the places are beautiful. But what travel bloggers never tell you is what it took to get there. How to get those wonderful shots and how they make it look so beautiful. And so I want to dispel a lot of that stuff, y'all, because travel is it's all that, but it's not always glamorous. It is difficult sometimes to get to these places. It is pricey to get to some of these, activities and stuff. And what travel bloggers also don't tell you is that sometimes they're compensated. And so we go to these wonderful places, y'all, and I'm telling you, while you don't have to be rich to travel the world, that is a fact. Sometimes I think the images can be misleading. And so I want to make sure that y'all, yep, get the good, the bad, the ugly, and the whole of it. So the first thing is when you all see them traveling and stuff, sometimes that stuff is comped. Sometimes they may be there for just the night and then they go off to the accommodations that they can afford. I've seen all kind of crazy. And so they'll show you the fabulous resort for that day because they may have gotten comped today, or it depends on how big the channel is. Their whole thing might be comped. And then they get those special perks. And sometimes, y'all, it's not that. They get that free whatever, and then they go off to the hostel, and that's where they spend the rest of the trip. So travel bloggers, I don't know. I think it's like a blessing and a curse. You just have to take that stuff in stride. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about are the financial realities, y'all, because when we actually hit the streets, like when I actually got out here traveling and stuff, it's a lot of stuff I wish I had known before I really hit these travel streets. And I am not talking about people who are expats, because an expat leaves their home country and you set up in another country. And so you aren't bopping around. I'm talking about people who want to do the bop around, and bop around is just faster than slow travel. So I've tried both. The bob around is where you go to a particular place. You might stay there for a week. Generally, it's less than a month. And then you go to another location. You spend whatever time there. It's short-term travel, and you move pretty quickly. The bop around is the most expensive way to travel. If you're trying to save money, and if you're on a travel budget, the bop around is the most expensive. The least expensive way is if you just expat, because you control all your expenses. So for me, the happy medium is slow travel. I'm a slow traveler. I get to a place, I stay there 3 months, 6 months. I might even stay a year. I stayed a year or more in Mexico, had a home base, and then I just kind of did little satellite trips. That's kind of like what's happening for me here in Southeast Asia. I'm based, I live near the airport too. I'm based in Chiang Mai, but it allows me to drop my bags and then explore the entire region. So that's something to consider. Do you want to do the bop around? People who do the bop around usually have a time constraint. That's why they're moving so quickly. They're trying to get as much in as possible in a particular period of time. Since I don't have a time, I don't have a set in, I don't have a house to go back to. My travel schedule is open ended. So I choose to slow travel. One, it costs less. Two, is less stress on your body, your mind. It's less stressful, period. And I get a chance to really dig in deep. So I'm talking to those people. I'm not talking to expats because they have a whole different set of challenges. But if you are doing the bop around, if you are doing slow travel like I'm doing, there's some financial things that you might want to consider before you leave home. And these are some things that I found out the hard way, things that I did. So before I left to go to all these beautiful places that the travel bloggers are telling you about, they don't tell you this, especially if you're going to be out for a long period of time. You want to take care of all of your banking stuff before you get out on the road. You really, especially for me leaving the US, I was home for 6 weeks. And I promise you, for 6 weeks, I wasn't doing anything but prepping. And so some of the things I had to do to prep, I had to make sure that anything, all my direct deposits, like if you have money coming from anywhere, you want to make sure that all that stuff is taken care of with your bank. It is good to communicate with your bank too, where you're going, how long you're going to be there, because some banks are better than others. Bank of America gave me a very hard time. When I was in Mexico, they turned my card off almost every other day. So that was hectic. I had to constantly call in. So to circumvent some of that, certainly give your credit card companies the heads up. Sometimes you can do it online too. Make sure you give the bank the heads up. If you are leaving like I left and you aren't coming back, you want to maybe even consider putting a freeze on your credit. For me, I'm out in the world. People know I'm out in the world. So a credit freeze doesn't allow anybody to open up new credit in your name. You don't want to return home or just, one day discover, oh Jesus, somebody done bought a car. The way to do that, you might want to consider contacting the three credit bureaus. You can start with Experian or start with any of them and just tell them that you want to put a credit freeze on. It's called a security freeze or something like that, but they'll know what you're talking about. You just tell them what you're trying to do. But that's a good preventative measure if you're going to be out in the world. And I got my notes here and I'm going to use them today because I want to make sure that I get all of this out. Um, Another thing that I did before I left home, hey, let's talk about it with Mara. Hey, Teresa. Another thing I did before I left home, and you can do this, all of my cards that I was going to be using, I made sure that they had expiration dates that were as far out as possible. So I just went into the bank, my debit card and credit, that they weren't, the dates weren't near expiration. And I thought maybe they would say, well, Sandra, you're going to have to just wait until it's ready. Nope. I told them I'm leaving. This is what I'm going to do. And they gave me they issued all new cards with extended expiration dates. So now I don't have to worry. My card dates are way out in the future. I'll be back in the US before those ever expire. So tend to all of those financial things. It's so much easier when you're in the States. Trying to do that stuff remotely is challenging. Get the right cards too. We always talk about this. International fees will eat you up. Don't use Bank of America. I can tell you that. Whenever one of my cards that reimburse, if it doesn't go through, my Bank of America is my backup card. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. International fees, they add up. They add up and they add up fast. So cards that don't generally charge ATM fees or will reimburse your ATM fees are the Schwab card, Charles Schwab. I have Fidelity. Fidelity does it. And I want to say there are some Capital One cards that will reimburse. I think Navy, is Navy Federal, Navy Credit, whatever. I think they do as well. So if you guys know some other cards, those are the ones that I know. Those are the ones I use in my, folks in my circle use those. If you know of another card that reimburses ATM fees, can you drop it in the chat? Because that is going to help you seriously. Um, Wood Forest. See, I'm not familiar with Wood Forest. Yep. But get you one. It's going to matter. Navy Federal. Yes, Navy Federal. If I'm not mistaken, they also reimburse ATM fees. It matters. And international fees. You want to ask your bank before you get on the road. You don't want to find it. I'm telling you, when you open up that statement, I have had an international fee for $11, depending on, because it's calculated based on how much you spend. So if you spend $500 on a card, the international fee, it can add up. You don't want that, especially if you're going to be out an extended period of time. So we talk about get the right cards, notify your bank, put on a possible credit freeze. Another thing that I had to do, which was a good idea, and we haven't talked about this in a while, is get a traveling mailbox. Y'all ever wonder, like, if these travel bloggers, you're out in the world, where's your mail going? How do you get mail? Because life still goes on. You still have folks corresponding with you. You still have connections in the US, whoever it is that needs to get in touch with you, your bank, all of this. Where does that stuff go? Well, I have a traveling mailbox, and that's the company name, actually, Traveling Mailbox. There are three top companies you can research for yourself. I pay by the year. I want to say it was something like $11, $12 a month. And so they offer varying services. The one that I have, they offer a check processing service. So let's say you've got your traveling mailbox and a check comes through your traveling mailbox. They have a way of, you have to sign something ahead of time so that they can endorse that check and then deposit it for you. Some traveling mailboxes will include that free, and some charge you a fee to do it. But it's a good thing to establish before you leave. Get your traveling mailbox set up. They'll give you an actual street address. I'm trying to think, does mine have a street address and a P.O. box? Mine definitely has a street address. And it has been very helpful because now I don't have to rely on you don't have to rely on your children, you don't have to rely on your family members. Not to say that folks won't do it for you, but it's so nice when you just, they scan the stuff, they send it to you, when you get something. It has been such a stress-free way. It took just some stress away, you all. I also have a little storage unit in Chicago. So anything that you have on auto pay, you want to go through your statements and look to see if there's stuff that you want to remove. I got the surprise of my life. I'm going through my statement and I have been paying for the last 3 years for, is it Microsoft Office on a laptop I got rid of 2 years ago. So when you're out on the road, you don't have time to do that. I mean, it's not going to be top of mind. So make sure, roll through your statement, roll through 2 or 3 months of statements and see if there's stuff on there that you want to either dead or you want to add. You want to make your finances as automated as possible. I, Nobody talks about that. These people are not just out flying in the world. There's some prep work that you have to do and put in place. I'm trying to think. Oh, yep. Be on the lookout for digital subscriptions. That's how I got caught up. Software subscriptions, anything that you may have automated so long ago that you forgot about it, check it because you don't want to be paying that, especially if you're not going to be using it. Um, let's see. And I know Fidelity cash management accounts are pretty good international travel. I haven't had any problem with Fidelity, you guys, but I was watching Queen of DC and I know she gave us like this little warning that Schwab may not reimburse all of your ATM fees. It depends on how you use the ATM. And I've told everybody this, always decline the conversion fee. Always. They're going to ask you basically two questions, and there are two fees associated with an international transaction if you're using a card at an ATM. One is going to be the ATM fee. Those are pretty hard to get around. And then the other is going to be a conversion. They'll have an international conversion rate or whatever it is. And it's the conversion that you always want to turn down. The fee, you can't really, if you turn down the fee, the transaction is over, especially if they charge one. But I have found some banks in Southeast Asia that don't charge an ATM withdrawal fee. So that's cool too. So research it and find out if one bank is more favorable than the other. But definitely do all of this financial stuff, get all this stuff out the way. Because when you're traveling and you're having a good time, you don't want to be thinking about these little things. I know I don't. It'll just get lost. Because trust me, there are bigger fish to fry when you're out on the road. And looking back through your bank statements, that's not gonna be at the top of your mind. We talked about anything you had on auto pay. Yep, check all that stuff out. Another thing that these people don't really talk about, they talk about the pretty, but they don't talk about an emergency fund and why you need an emergency fund. Y'all, I have seen some stuff out here. I've seen some stuff. I've seen people almost get deported. No joke. I'm talking about at the airport, in the deportation room, and they didn't have the money for a ticket. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. A family emergency. The further away you are from home, I think you need to make sure that you're really secure. If you can get home real quick, like Mexico's an easy trip, but still, I've seen stuff happen in Mexico too. I'm telling you, I saw somebody go to jail in Mexico. It happened. I can't make it up. Most of this stuff you could check. And I'm not even, the things I'm telling y'all could just ask around and somebody will be like, yeah, that happened. And didn't have bail money. Y'all, you want to be able to cover anything that can happen. Medical expenses. Maybe you need an emergency ticket. Something happens to your passport. All kind of things can happen. You don't want to be figuring money things out on the road. That is not the time to figure it out. I'm going to tell you the most stressful kind of traveler I've witnessed in my experience in these last 2 years is the person who is trying to figure out how to make the money as they go. That could be from contract work that is intermittent, or it could be the person who has a product that they sell, like maybe you have a skincare line or you're developing a business. Man, that is stressful. The people who I see out here who are having the best time, they really having the time of their life. It's not fake and phony. These are people, most of the retirees. You got a pension, girl. You ain't worried about no money. That pension check hits the bank. It hits the bank like clockwork. You're not worried about money. People who have a stable income, like you have already established your remote work, wherever it is you've been doing it, you don't have no surprises, your boss not calling you, asking where you are. It's a Those people aren't stressed. People who haven't prepared financially or they have underestimated not how much you need, it's how do you prep. If you don't have an emergency fund, I'm telling you, I don't know. I think that's pretty risky. And it kind of, you have to lean on your friends then. Because your friends around you, we aren't gonna let anything happen to you while you're out in the street. Most of your friends are going to rally and come through. So do yourself a favor. Take care of all that stuff before you even leave the house, before you even pack a bag. Another one, too, is you need to have some travel insurance or some kind of insurance. The easiest, though, is travel insurance because every time I book a ticket, they offer it and they offer it for pennies on the dollar. Travel insurance it could cover any number of things: lost bags, if you get sick. They even have policies where if, God forbid, something really happens to you and they have to evacuate your body, they call that repatriate. They have to repatriate you. Take care of it. I promise you, the best way and the most cost effective way is to get it when you purchase either your ticket. Sometimes they'll offer it on booking.com. I'm not sure, but for sure, whenever I book a ticket, I automatically just say yes because it's so inexpensive and it is just too easy to do. Some of the companies that I have used in terms of travel insurance are Generali and Alliance. Generali is Generali travel insurance. Pennies on the dollar. They cover you for, at least they covered me for as long as I was out. And you can tell them, you're going to be gone a month, you're going to be gone 2 months. Alliance was good too. I mean, and when I say good, they were easy to acquire. I understood what the product was, but y'all, the truth is I've never had to use them. I've been lucky. Ooh, Jesus, knock on wood. I haven't had to use any of my travel insurance for anything. I haven't even so much as had a lost bag. That's some, oh, Jesus, knock on wood again. I haven't even had a lost bag. But if you're looking for something maybe a little more long term, let's say maybe you have medication needs, you could have a pre existing condition, or there's some reason you might need more permanent health insurance, you might want to look at something like Safety Wings, where they offer actual policies. And that's a policy that might cover hospitalization and those kinds of things. Another thing you want to check out is this policy a reimbursement or do they pay up front? Because, pay up front is always going to be better. And reimbursement, it just is what it is. You still got to come up with the money and then get the reimbursement. So I don't know that would be the most helpful solution, but it's better than not having anything. Yes, D, I'm telling it. Just gonna roll through here and see. Start. I've never traveled abroad. Alliance was really good. I'm good. I'm glad you used it. I never had to use mine. Alliance, uh-huh. It's spelled with a Z. Yes. But the policy was easy as heck. They were easy to work with. So I was really hopeful because I had questions before I even left the States. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I need to know if something happened to me, y'all gonna get me back to the States. Are you gonna pay for that up front? Because that could be the priciest thing, is trying to get you back in case something happens. And so I don't like the ones that reimburse. I want to know, I don't mind if you're reimbursing me for medical expenses, but that repatriation, I'm gonna need to know you're gonna cover that right up front. You're gonna get me back. And because once you get me back to US soil, my kids got it from there. So don't neglect that part. I promise you, if you don't need a policy like Safety Wings and some of the other more permanent health care policies, please at least do not opt out of the travel insurance. And a lot of times, travel insurance will include components of healthcare, repatriation, and all of that, but it's a short period of time. It's only for the time that you're traveling. So if you got a return ticket, it only covers that beginning and end of the travel. So it's more temporary, but it's still coverage and it's pennies on the dollar. Do not neglect that part. Another thing too is, and I can tell y'all, I'm not even doing this. I don't do it with fidelity, but you should. You should be always doing like a little financial check-in. I am not the best, y'all, with reconciling my statement. I hate it. As a matter of fact, when it pop up in my email, like your bank statement is ready, I'm like, oh, I don't want to look at it. But you should, because so many times I have caught double charges. We talked about this one. Restaurants are notorious for double charging you. I've caught all kinds of things going back through my statements. I should do it with regularity, but y'all, every time I've gone through, I found something. I told you I found the subscription. I had been paying for a subscription to, it was something Microsoft Word or something. I had paid it for 3 years. What the heck? Because it only comes out once a year. And if you don't catch it, it's a whole nother 12 months. So make sure you do all of this kind of financial stuff. I think these are things you should have in place before you even pack your bags. It will save you so much stress later on down the way. Hey, Mac. What else? Here's the deal. When you don't do those things and you're trying to handle all that business in a foreign country, the first thing you're gonna run into is your phone. That's gonna be the first problem, y'all. Because dialing an 800 number from an international SIM card, it ain't easy. It's not easy. 800 numbers, I'm telling you, handle as much of the financial piece as you can before you even pack your suitcase. It'll save you on the back end. For me, being 12 hours ahead, that means I'm really like a whole business day ahead, if you think about it, because by the time Bank of America opens up, that's my nighttime. So it's just difficult to make business calls. It's a consideration. I won't say it's difficult, but it is. If it's an 800 number, an 888 number, they don't always, you have to have a workaround or you have to make it a local call. So check all that stuff out before you leave. It will save you some time and some headache. So that was my talking point number one. The financial realities. Ain't a blogger that I follow ever sat down and talked nothing about, well, how did you get that? How much did it cost? The practicality of it. I'm gonna combine two and three together because I think they kind of go together. This is something that you don't see in travel blogs. People don't talk about it, but this is a transient lifestyle, and there is a serious lack of stability. Of course, come on. I'm not talking about people who expat because when you expat, you have a new home. You leave your home in the States to establish a home in another country. That's a whole nother thing. But if you're doing this bop around where you're going to see the world and you're going to be out a month, 6 months, a year, I'm talking to you. If you're doing the slow travel thing like I'm doing, I'm talking specifically to you guys, because that is where this is my reality. These are the things that are happening to me now. Being in constant motion will take a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mental. It takes a toll on your finances. And I'm telling you, the faster you move, if you are not staying in a place for 30 days to 60 days, it gets pricey, because every time you move, you got to pay for transportation. Unless you walking with your suitcases to the next destination, you got to pay for transportation. All kind of things pop up. I'm telling you, I'm a fan of slow travel. Just slow travel. You get a chance to learn the lay of the land. You get a chance to work out, there's a learning curve for every new place you go to. Where do you get food? Where do you source the things that you need to survive? If you're doing that every 2 weeks, it takes a toll on you. Not only does that constant movement take a toll, but think about it. You're planning. Some of these travel bloggers, y'all, they got a whole team. They got a team. Either whoever is sponsoring them, they'll make those travel arrangements for them. They don't have to call the hotel. They don't have to make the plane. If you're traveling like I'm traveling on your own dime, I have to do that. Nobody thinks of this. You have to, every place you move to, you have to secure lodging. You at least have to secure how you're going to get there. And then there's ground transportation. So just the moving and the planning. If anybody's ever planned a trip That doesn't happen overnight. You go in, you're researching hotels, and it's time consuming, to say the least. It can be mentally exhausting if you're doing it every month, if you're doing it every 2 weeks. Anybody ever did it, I'm telling you, it'll wear you down. um I don't know, this has happened to me. I had been moving so quickly, and I know I told y'all this. I have sat up straight in my bed in the middle of the night, like, where am I? What city am I in? Now, the first couple of times it happened, it was disconcerting because for me, everything came, it's like, oh, shakes, I'm really homeless. I really don't have a home. I think if you're new to this, everybody knows your brain is set up and designed to keep you safe. So when you wake up in the middle of the night startled, oh my God, where am I? It's your brain reminding you that, hey baby, you moving kind of fast. Your brain needs time to catch up with you, I guess is a good way to say it. So if this happens to you, and I'm sure it happens, I can't be the only one who was moving so fast that I was like, hell, where am I? What city am I in? Don't let that startle you. Over time, your body gets used to a whole different kind of reality. You settle into, okay, I belong to the travel streets. I belong to the travel streets. Now it still happens, but it doesn't bother me. I know who I am. You a traveler, baby. You'll know you'll know when you need to know where you are. You'll know in the morning when the sun shines. It happens to me most often at night. I'm telling you, when it's dark and I'm in a hotel room somewhere, or I'm in a place that I'm staying, and I wake up in the dark, and it's like, girl, where are you? Where are you? Now that could be a function, because y'all know I'm almost 60. That could be a function of that, or it could be your body's natural response to uprooting. You've lived in a place for a long period of time. Now you are engaging in this world travel. It's not uncommon to be just a little discombobulated. Don't let it startle you. It's normal. You're not crazy. You're not losing any of that stuff. Um, we talked about planning fatigue. That happens to me quite often. Hey, I'm good at it, but it takes a lot researching. And I think that's why I'm gonna keep up with these travel guides. I want to take some of the guesswork out for you guys. I can give you hotels where I stayed once, I would stay again, and I wouldn't. So I'm gonna keep working on that for us. Um, let's see, another thing, y'all. This is the truth. Every country I go to, you get a new SIM card. That's generally how travelers handle their phones. It's cheaper than relying on your US plan, because at one point I told y'all I got hit with some roaming charges. One time it was $40, one time it was $50, because I had inadvertently switched over to, on my phone, it's a dual SIM. So it's an eSIM and a physical SIM. And I don't even know what SIM stands for, but it's that card that you need to make your phone work. It's this little card here that goes in the slot. Well, if you have a US plan, I still have a US plan. I do. I have a monthly US plan. I like to have that because that is how I'm able to make 100 calls. I can talk to my kids and FaceTime and do all those things. WhatsApp, everything on that. But I don't use it as my primary line. As soon as I hit a country, I grab a new SIM card. And I've learned to hold on to them too. Like, I'm going back to Mexico, so I have my SIM card here. I'm going back to Vietnam, so I held on to my Vietnam SIM card. I think I got my Cambodian card. I'm not going back to Cambodia, but just in case, if I had to do a border run, I got my SIM card. So hold on to them. And when people take them out, get them right away. Because I've had people toss my SIM card away when they put the new one in. Nope, you want your SIM card, hold on to them, especially if it's a place you think you're going to go back to. But that's it. That's a thing too. Every time you get there, people ask, should I get it in the airport or should I get it outside of the airport? Personally, I think everything costs more in the airport. I think ATMs cost more in the airport. For sure, I almost got in the airport here in Chiang Mai, but I knew what the lady was asking me for was outrageous. Most times when you're abroad, I have never paid more than $15 for a SIM card. And that SIM usually comes with data. It may come with some local calls, and you get it for 30 days. So you buy it in increments. It'll be a lot less. I think they'll even sell it to you for like a day. So it depends on what your travel needs are. I usually just opt for the whole month because I want all the data, because that's what you're going to be running your WhatsApp on. And since we're here, let's stop at some apps that you probably should download right away. WhatsApp is one for sure. Most people use WhatsApp. Another one is called Line. And I know they use it in Southeast Asia. So check out Line, Line. Grab is like Uber. So you want to have all of those rideshare apps: Grab, GoJet, InDriver, Bolt. So check your city that you're traveling to. And I don't even like to be in cities that don't have rideshare. I really don't. I'll do it, but rideshare makes it just levels the playing field. It's one less thing you got to worry about. You don't have to worry about the taxi mafia overcharging. You don't have to worry about haggling and the meters don't work. I avoid all of that stuff. I promise you I do. If I can't walk to it, if I can't get to it on one of these apps and they don't have public transportation, I'm probably not gonna go because I don't like that whole taxi foolishness. Mm, we're talking about this transient lifestyle and how it can lead to that feeling of a lack of stability. So not only are you constantly changing your SIM card, your phone is full of pictures, y'all. Manage your pictures. Don't be like me. You got 12,000 pictures. And then when you need to use your phone or you're trying to take, now you got to delete all that. Keep up with it. Just do it as you go. So I don't do it, but I'm telling you, don't be like me. Do what I say, don't do what I do. My phone is chock full of stuff right now. I'm out of storage. So a good time to do that is like when you're on the plane, when the plane is sitting on the tarmac, when you are waiting to deplane, when the plane is in the air, because you can remove phone, video and pictures without any data. So clear your phone. Do yourself a favor. Free up you some storage space. What else? How to get when you're moving quickly, y'all, there's a learning curve for every city. How do you get food? How do you manage transportation, entertainment, hair care products? How do you make doctor's appointments, hairstylists? These are all things that life still goes on. The best solution I have is ahead of time, tap into all the Facebook groups, find whatever city. Everybody has like a brothers and sisters of. I start there first. Brothers and sisters of Chiang Mai, Thailand, Southeast Asia. There's always a brothers and sisters of. If that doesn't work, try expats in whatever that city is. And I'm telling you, before you even pack your bag, get into those groups. Pose these questions. And what I'm gonna tell you what Facebook groups hate. They hate when you ask the simple questions like, where's the barber? So do a search. Usually there's a search bar, a little spyglass, where you can search the Facebook group before you ask the question. Be a good, you know, Facebook participant. Be a good group participant. But do hit up those Facebook groups. And I'm telling you, stay in them. I see D of H&D Abroad. D is in all the doggone Facebooks. I'm like, what you doing over here? I think D might even be in the Cambodian. I run into my travel sisters are everywhere. That's because they understand the value of these Facebook groups. So Facebook is the way that I mainly use. I'm sure there are other online platforms you can use, but ahead of time, connect folks, talk to people. They will give you information. When I got to Thailand, child, I shopped for 3 days. I couldn't find bleach. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to stay here. But a black woman need bleach. It's no place I can stay if y'all don't have bleach. Hit up a Facebook group right away. Girl, this is what, and they shot me a picture. This is what you're looking for. Oh, okay. Thank you. Got it. They'll make your life so much easier. It'll, you don't feel as alienated and it doesn't feel as foreign. It helps with the culture shock, all of that. Connecting with expats and also connecting with locals because it can be, you can feel uprooted and like you just floating in space. But when you learn the lay of the land, You're already prepped. You're not worried about finances and all that stuff. Having a local friend, it's gonna be that's the juice, baby. That's the juice. Networking is the juice. Networking should be, we should just revamp that word for 2024. That's a Networking is the name of the game. You will save yourself time, money, and frustration by networking. So hit up those Facebook groups. Make sure you make local friends. And how do you make local friends? Be friendly. Generally, anybody who's offering you a service, anybody who's offering a service, say it's the place where you stay. I love a homestay. Y'all never did homestays before. I didn't even know what a homestay was. But that's where a local family, they own a big plot of land usually, and they have multiple dwellings. So you're not living in their house. Y'all know I'm not the co-living type. That I'm not doing. I just don't like it. I want my own private bathroom. I need all this stuff. I like privacy. I'm an introvert. I value my privacy. I value quiet time. Homestays are a great way to cut costs. It's also a great way to make local friends. I can't tell you, Bali, it was invaluable. It's been invaluable here in Thailand. If anything were to happen in this apartment, I know a lady right across the street, right around the corner. B, I could go to B and be like, B, I need some place to hang out for just a little bit. She has me. That is going to be, I think, maybe the greatest remedy for that feeling of feeling homesick, feeling disconnected, like you're floating in space, you're moving. Yeah. Find a local friend. Local friends will give, there'll be a wealth of information. They always don't know where the best food is. They're gonna always know the best restaurants. They will tell you things about banking. They just know the nuances of a place. So definitely. Oh, yeah. Oh, DLZ, you see, don't get me started. We need to do a whole one on what to have in your travel bags. I'm telling you, because there's certain things, since we're here, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Clorox wipes, y'all. And even the little bum wipes. My bag stays packed with those things. Hand wipes, all the wipies. Trust me, you're gonna need all the wipies. You're also tissue, ladies. You will not catch me going anywhere. I keep tissue and paper towel, both. I usually keep my sunscreen, bug spray. I told you this, a mask and a little perfume. And since we're all going through, like, what is it, security at airports, you want to be mindful of the size. You all know Scentbird has those little, I used to get them in a monthly subscription. And every month they would send me a new fragrance, your favorite fragrance. Keep those. Those are so easy to travel with. I have been on planes that smelled like caca. I've been in taxis that smelled like, what the hell were you doing in here before I got here? You all, I spray. I keep it. I wish, where's my, I'm not going to get it. But anyway, little Scentbird thing. You squeeze it, the top pops up, squirt a little on a piece of paper towel, slide it in your mask. Voila, you are insulated from all of the stuff that is not smelling kosher in the atmosphere. I also keep a sarong. We talked about that. This is not a lie, not an exaggeration. I should have took a picture. I rode on an Air Asia flight. I swear to God, when I got into that cabin, I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong on all the levels. I put my sarong over my head, and I swear to goodness, I flew from gate to gate. I didn't care how crazy it looked because that was some foul stuff. I remember what it was. It was the last leg. I was coming from Kuala Lumpur, and it was an overnight flight, y'all. And I get it. People were sleeping in the airport. That y'all don't remember that. If you all were with me, I checked into in Kuala Lumpur, they got a hotel. It's a little hotel and it's cute in the airport. Well, we had like a 4 to 6 hour layover. I checked in. I was like, nah, I'm going over here. First, I'm gonna give me a nap. I'm gonna give me some coffee. I'm about to take a shower. So because I want to travel like a lady. I want to travel like a lady. Well, everybody didn't do that. Most people that 4 to 6 hour, hey Cassandra, most of those people that did the 4 to 6 hour layover, they slept in the airport. I get it. Who's gonna pay for a hotel on a layover? this girl did because I want to be like I have been traveling longer than some of those people too, because my trip took almost 3 days. So I was totally happy to stop and shower. But if you can't, look for the airport lounge. Many airport lounges, y'all, they have a shower. If it's not a part of your credit card benefit, if it's not a part of, say, your frequent flyer benefit, you can pay for them by the day. Some I like better than others, and the ones I really like, I'll pay for it. I do not care. And I don't like being in gym pop. Y'all know what gym pop is. It I don't like being in gym pop at the airport. It just if I can sit where there are snacks and wine and coke and a shower, why wouldn't you? So do that. But always keep that little baggie with you. My backpack is packed so that I pack it in with them losing my luggage in mind. I just assume, what if they lose my luggage? Every time I pack, my backpack has my blanket, my pillow, a change of clothes, my brush, my scarf for my head. I have a little deodorant. You know, you get a small enough one that it can get through security. I have all the things that if that bag goes missing, I keep my laptop. I keep all my travel documents I keep copies of every page in my passport. If you bought travel insurance, print that thing out. Sometimes countries will want to know, do you have insurance? And so you don't want to have, if that is in your checked luggage, that's going to be a problem. If you need a visa, when you get an e-visa ahead of time, print that thing out. I have a folder. I keep all my travel documents in there and I put that in that backpack. My backpack never leaves me. I don't care what y'all talking about. That's a part of my carry on. Regardless, my backpack goes with me. My keys, my currency for the country that I'm going to. So my backpack, get a good one. Don't skimp on the backpack, y'all. You need a good one if you're gonna be out here traveling the way we talking about traveling. Sustained travel. Just invest the money in a good backpack. Invest the money in some good rolly 4-way rollers. I got the cheapy ones. Well, I bought my luggage before I became a world traveler. I bought my luggage at Marshall's. I think I might have paid $99 for the big one. You know the drill, $79 and $59. And it was working when I was only traveling once or twice a year, but now I need to upgrade my luggage. So keep in mind, if you're traveling, you're going to be out on the road for a while, pack that backpack or your carry-on, whatever it is you're carrying on, and assume that your luggage is going to get lost. So you need to have your medication in there, all of these things that are going to help you as soon as you hit the ground. Let's see. Well, that was a little bit of a tangent, but we started with point 2 and 3, talking about how transient the lifestyle is and how it can lead to this feeling of a lack of stability. And some of the things that I have done to circumvent that, number one, for real. Mine is I don't know. I got it from it's a decent one. I replaced my backpack recently. I got it at Walmart, y'all. And I'll show it to you. Didn't I show y'all before? I'm gonna show it to you and I'm gonna tell you why it's a good one. And I don't think I spent more than 30 or $40. There are ones that are way more expensive. Do I think you need to get the most expensive one? I don't think so. It says, can you wear a fancy pack on plane? Fanny packs? The thing around your waist? Yeah. Oh, I have a money bag too. That money thing for around your waist? Yeah, a fanny pack, yes. Do all of that. I'm telling y'all want to know how you can sneak extra stuff on the plane. Put your stuff in your money bag, your little money belt, a fanny pack. I have a crossbody bag. They don't count that stuff. In my crossbody bag, I chuck everything. Oh my goodness. And then I still have my backpack. If anybody ever says anything, I toss that into my backpack. They don't know. So let me show you this backpack. Hold tight. Oh yes, and this is one of the other Hawaiian dresses. This is a temple dress too, y'all. It's got a little hair, but it's a temple dress. This is, I'll see. Wait, let me get my backpack. Okay. Here we go. I should have had this out. Okay, what makes this a good travel backpack, y'all? For all these pockets. Look, this big pocket on the side, my chargers go in here. Because remember, you're going to pack your laptop, most of us. I would say this, I don't pack my professional camera like my, SLR. I don't pack that in my backpack. I put that in my check bag if I carry it at all. But on this pocket, big, nice, wide open mouth pocket, I put my chargers in here, all the electronic things that you're going to need. On this other one, this is where this other big pocket on this side, that's where I put all the wipey stuff because I want to be able to get to it. I need to get to my charger from my phone. I need to get to my laptop chargers. I don't want to get no place and I don't have that. This is all of my stuff for me. All of the wipes, the tissues, the paper towels, my toothbrush, blah, blah, my brush, my hairbrush, and my scarf. I can get all of that stuff in here. I use this little thingamaboodle. It's multi-purpose. This little hook here, it's a Toomey hook, is really designed so that you can hook a piece of luggage onto your pulley luggage so that two pieces can ride together. But I've locked my pillow in on this and keep it here. I also have my blanket on the big in the big part. I keep my blankie. This is how I store my tissue and wipes and all that stuff. And this, y'all, I'm telling you, look, all these plastic bags and stuff, this is nothing but some stuff I confiscated from the hotel. Usually, if you stay, the hotels that give you the products and all that stuff, this was either a sanitary bag or, whatever it was. So I grabbed those things and I use that to store this stuff. I told y'all before, like in this pocket right here, this one, the easy access pocket. And I'm telling you, this was a good buy, y'all. Get you one. I don't know what it is. It says eSport. So far, I've had it for a year and it's holding up. But it's a little tiny pocket here. Right here, I put my socks. I keep footies. Why you want footies? You know how to make you take your shoes off in the airport? Oh my God. I'm in sandals most of the time. I don't want my feet on the floor. Sometimes if I'm in an airplane, it's a long ride, I might want to slip my feet out of my shoes. I always have a pair of footies right here, easy breezy. When I'm getting ready to go through the security line, while everybody is loading up their stuff, I'm taking off my shoes, putting on my footies. And here, this part, I keep a COVID test because I always want to be ready. I want to know, just in case I'm on and off planes, you all. COVID is not dead. It's still alive and kicking. But what I like about this bag is, look, this zips all the way down. So it's easy access. This is where I might put my sarong and all that other stuff. So East Sport, I got it from Walmart. It cost me, I'm telling you, I know I didn't pay more than $40. And all of those pockets do the same thing. They zip all the way down. Not only does it do that, it expands. I can unzip this one and I get a whole nother like 2 to 3 inches of space. You see, it's like this little accordion thing. And so I get more space. I can put everything in there. Voila. I know we talked about this too. This is the silk sleeping bag. Buy you a silk sleeping bag. I'm trying to think. Have I been on a plane lately that had cloth seats? I don't like nothing with cloth seats. I don't like soft surfaces. It's about the size of a queen size sheet. You can throw this down, y'all. You at the park, you need something, throw this down in the grass. You in a taxi with some sketchy seats. Don't sit on them sketchy seats. Put this down. You on a plane, it's sketchy. Put this down. Definitely, if you're in a hotel and you get there and the sheets look sketchy, I'm not going, sis. And this is something I keep. It's lightweight. I keep it. There's another little back pocket here. I put that right back here in this back pocket. My laptop goes here. And that folder that I told you, where you have all of your travel documents, copies of your travel documents. Don't risk it. I'm telling y'all, I learned, ask me how I know. Because I got up to the counter one time, y'all. Where was I? Regardless. And my doggone travel documents was in my checked luggage. That's a problem. You don't want that kind of trouble. So just be ahead of time, put that stuff in. And some stuff I never take out. Like this stays packed. I keep my blanket, I keep my pillow, so I don't have to deal with that when it's time to go. I snatch this bag up. We ready to go. I throw anything else like that one outfit. You want to make sure you got a couple pair undies, ladies. All that kind of stuff that you need so that if something goes wrong, you're not stressing about lost luggage. That's no fun. You can still operate. You can still go and have a fabulous time. They'll find your luggage. Either they want or they'll compensate you, one or the other. And keep in mind, when you get to these places, you can buy things. The only thing about that is that, I'm a black woman. I got hips, I got thighs, I got arms and boobies. I got all kind of stuff going on. And in some Southeast Asian countries, not just Southeast Asia, a lot of places I've been, sizes don't run. They not catering to us. So if you run into anything, it might be that, but you can work around it. Many times you can always find a t-shirt. You can always find shorts, a dress. That's why I like traveling in dresses. Dresses are very forgiving. You get some air. Dresses work. Let's see if there's anything else. So let me get back. So we talked about how you gonna get there, talked about the money. I don't want to leave this transient lifestyle thing. I'm combining number two and number three. The transient lifestyle stress, because it is stressful when you're bopping around and you're moving from place to place. Your mind has to have time to catch up with your body. That's a real thing. And the lack of stability for somebody like me who lived in the same house for 25 plus years, there are going to be some times where you feel it. And it it might not jump out at you. It might be subtle. It could be subtle things, just an unsettled feeling. One way around that for me is to slow down, just stop moving so fast. But another thing that has been helpful to me, and I have to thank my good sister, I say it all the time, Kathy Hampton saved my life on more than one occasion. Kathy helps me. I never journaled before. Journaling helps, with a myriad of things. We'll talk about that because I had to do some journaling yesterday. But having a mindfulness practice as well, meditating, journaling, taking time just to sit in a park and settle yourself and be okay. Have that talk with whoever's your little girl that's agitated because you dragging her all over the planet and she hasn't had a chance to catch up. Whatever that is, if you're feeling unsettled, I'm telling you, journaling, meditation, quiet time in nature, yoga, Tai Chi. We know all of the things. Those are the things that kind of help bring me back. Y'all know yesterday I was having a moment. I was having a straight up moment. I've had time since to journal. I did my massage. I did a whole bunch of things. But really, the quiet time, being able to meditate, being able to journal, being able to process things. I think so many of us are leaving not just to travel to see the world, but some of us are on this we want to distance ourselves from things that weren't healthy. And so you are on a healing journey as well. Trust me, get you a good meditation practice, whatever it is. And meditation doesn't have to be, this is what I learned in meditation. Sometimes I'm meditating when I'm walking. Meditation happens in your mind. It is nice if you can have your body still, but I use this app 10% happier. While I'm walking with my headphones in, sometimes they'll have a mantra like I am safe, I am, I'm prosperous, whatever it is. And you can do that while you're walking. So get you a good meditation app too. If you're new to meditation, like I was, y'all, I'm new to all of it. The only thing I wasn't new to was a massage. But in terms of self-care, and I'm not new to therapy, keep your therapist on speed dial too. It says, who is that journaling person name that you mentioned? Her name is Kathy Hampton. On her, you may also want to put on there Kathy Hampton Wellside Retreats. Kathy will get you straight. And her journaling session is only an hour. And I want to say it's Tuesday and Thursday. She has a prompt. It is guided. I'm telling you, get in there. She has cute little cards. You pull a card. It's interactive. And the ladies in there are just cool, cool, cool. Let me roll back and see if I missed any questions. Oh, shucks. We've been going on a minute. Portugal charged me $40 to go 10 minutes at the wrong address. Yeah. Scamming, taxi scams are real, y'all. That is not an exaggeration. Nobody talks about that, but that they are real. That's what they do. They know you're a tourist. You're not going to be here long, or they're assuming that. I'm just going to scroll the chat real quick to see if I missed any questions. Mm, it says, this may be too personal, but how do you handle the well woman checks, such as mammograms, when you slow travel? Go straight to a Facebook group. Go straight to the Black in brothers and sisters of. Trust me, if they've been there before. And see, I don't know, as a slow traveler, that applies to me for sure. As an expat, that's going to apply to you. When you're moving fast like that, most people who are bopping around, they are either going to go back home or, it might be short term. Go straight to a Facebook group. Google it first because they don't like answering the same question over and over again. So ask, where's the OBGYN? They will tell you. And then I try to plan it out because I know you need to have those annually. So I try to think about where am I going to be at the time, because my stuff is set like in October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? So of course, that's what I'm going to do. It's just easy for me to remember. It's October. It's time for your breast exam. Where am I going to be in October? Let me get in that group and find out and ask some sisters. And if not, then I'm on the search trying to find that stuff for myself. But I'm telling y'all, a Facebook group is going to be your bestest friend. How do you find homestays? Booking.com. It's who I use. You can Google homestays. I'm sure Agoda does them, but I found all of my homestays on booking.com, and you can actually put in the word homestays. Like say you're going to Bali, Ubud homestays, and they'll pop up. If you have not done a homestay, please, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Generally, they include a breakfast. It's not fancy, although some of them are really nice, y'all. I told y'all, when I was in Bali, I stayed in one that was $25 a night, and they are cost effective. I stayed in one that was $23 a night. They were right across the little courtyard from each other. The $23 night, you couldn't pour me in. You couldn't get me to do it. It was a bungalow. One right across from it was modern, updated. So it could be hit or miss, but try it. Are pads and tampons hard to find? Nope, not at all. Y'all, everybody, they got women there too. None of that stuff is hard to find. It's not hard to find deodorant, toothpaste, toiletries. Never. I have not been in one place, not one place, where there wasn't a 7-Eleven, a convenience store, a pharmacy. I have never had trouble finding any of those things. Let me see. Sandra, hip to silk. I always, yeah, that silk sleeping bag is gonna carry you. Come on, Black woman with experience in Kuala Lumpur. Yes, girl, they got a beautiful hotel in Kuala Lumpur. It's right in the hotel, it's right in the airport, it's right up the escalator. I say take full advantage. Yes, priority pass. Y'all get out of Gym Pop. Let's see, for those on your period, please use the familiar. Oh, the Diva Cup. Yeah. What backpack did you use? We talked about that. Can you wear a fanny pack on a plane? You absolutely can. And I recommend that you do. I recommend that everybody have a money belt. That goes under your clothes. It's just that it's smart. What I put in my money belt, like, okay, so I got my backpack packed, right? I get through security. I get to where I'm going. I'm not traveling with that backpack every day. I have my little crossbody bag, and then I got my money belt. In my crossbody bag, I have my phone. I travel with two. Usually I'll take them both just in case. I may have my big old fat charger. Y'all get you a good charger. I have my phones, my sunglasses, all of that stuff. I may toss in some mints. If I'm going to be out in the sun, I may toss that in my crossbody. But my passport, huh, my cash, my debit cards, my credit card, all that stuff, that's strapped to my body. Oh, son, you're going to have to knock me down and undress me. You're going to have to knock me down and undress me to get my passport. When I tell you all, I'm a different person when I have my passport. The moment I put that passport on my body, I'm fully aware, because let me tell you what you don't want to happen. Your passport and your credit cards, your cell phone, and if you need glasses, that's it. You could operate, even if you lose your toothbrush, you could buy another toothbrush. But trying to replace your phone, I lost my phone in Mexico. Ooh. Trying to replace your passport, you don't want none of that trouble. That trying to your money, No, I don't stick that in crossbody bags. I don't put that in my backpack. When I tell you, son, you're gonna have to knock me down and pull up my dress, you're not gonna get that. And I'm so mindful. And that's what I'm telling y'all. You want to do all of the housework stuff. You want to get that out of the way because you're already traveling and moving in not high alert, but you're conscientious. I know where my passport is every moment of the day if it's not locked up in a safe. Also, know this too. Some places that you travel to don't require that you have your passport on you. At one time when I was in Mexico, they would say you need to make sure that you have it on you, not even a printed copy. They would want the real passport. It was that MMA thing that they wanted. So you may be required to carry it. Some countries you don't have to carry it. If you don't have to have it on your person, don't. Lock it away in the hotel safe. Now, hotel safes, hey, how safe is the safe? Somebody there know how to get in that safe. Admin, somebody knows how to get in that safe in case it gets locked. So, enter at your own risk. But if I have my passport on me, it is not in my crossbody. It's strapped to my tummy. It's on my tummy. Thank you, Mimi. I love this dress too. It's so easy to wear. Travel advice and delivery are excellent. Please give us some ebooks. Y'all know I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's see. This is a must view talk before leaving to go. I'm trying to help y'all. So your gray don't be coming in like mine coming in. I typed East Pat backpack. 30, yeah. Yep. $35. I know me. I know I ain't pay more than $40 for that backpack. No, 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 no. But if you want to splurge and get a good one, go for it. My other backpack, I kept that backpack for years, years. Your backpack isn't the thing that's going to get the most wear. The thing that's going to get the most wear is your luggage because they do not give a hoot about how they handle your luggage. I've had a wheel broken. I have had my stuff punctured. And if that happens to you, do not leave that doggone airport. Roll right over there to the service center and they will repair or replace your luggage. Yep. I got 3 black wheels and a gray wheel. I don't give a hoot. Fix that wheel. Now I have a little puncture in my luggage. I didn't discover it until I got out of the airport. You could probably still walk it back, but you all inspect your luggage before you leave the airport. Just give it the once over. What I start doing, y'all know, I videotape mine coming down because if you have a video of your luggage coming off the ramp with a broken wheel, it's nothing they can say. It's like, well, sir, no, it it's broke and it got broke somewhere between the time y'all loaded it in there. I do it because I like to do that. I always do a video of, like my luggage. There goes my baby. But it's a smart thing to do. Just whip your phone out. When that luggage comes out, just videotape it or take a picture. That's how I caught the broken wheel. My wheel got broke here in Chiang Mai and they fixed it and delivered it to my hotel. Let's see. Check on Amazon. I have first aid supplies. Come on, H&D. D knows the truth. Yep, I have a little medication kit too. Y'all, I could bring all this stuff. My little kid has ibuprofen, activated charcoal. In Mexico, I was taking this one tablet. It's called Loxel. It's specifically for parasites. It's not for tummy upset, food poisoning. It's for parasites. And so I always keep one of those. What else is in my thing? I got Band-Aids in there. I should just go grab it. What else is in there? That's about it. I have an antibiotic. I keep, sure enough, sure do. I keep an antibiotic for me because I can't take anything with a penicillin. So I make sure I carry what I know I can take in case something happens. So an antibiotic, pain reliever, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what to do. And I have a sewing kit, little teeny tiny sewing kit with safety pins. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Let's see. Let's talk about it. I purchased a backpack. Yep. Another thing I've heard about is the bleaching creams. Yes. Yep. I don't fool with it. It is a thing. y'all, I got pictures in my phone because I couldn't believe it. When I was in Ho Chi Minh City, there are no products. I didn't see it. I saw it in Da Nang, but in Ho Chi Minh City, every product is a bleaching product. If you run out of lotion, this is what I suggest you do at your better hotels. I have all this stuff. One day we're gonna do it properly. One day I'm gonna show you how quickly I can get out of here because I have learned I never used to take the little soapy thing. I took the soap, the good soap. That L'Occitane soap, I don't care where I was. If I saw that, I take that. But the other soap and lotion, you don't need all that stuff. Now I take it all because when I'm getting ready to pack to go in this bag, I toss in a soap, a toothbrush. I'm not gonna rebuy that stuff. You're paying for it at the hotel. Usually I'm a solo traveler. They always put two in a room. I confiscate them every day. I use one and I confiscate the other one. I use one, confiscate the other one. Who is that journaling? We talked about that, Kathy. But yeah, you want to bring your own lotions. What I usually bring, I use a CeraVe foaming cleanser for my skin. It helps protect your moisture barrier. Don't ask me what that means. That's what the people said. So I keep that CeraVe. I have this. It's CeraVe too. A little. It's like Vaseline, but it's not as heavy as Vaseline. I use that for my hands, my legs. I keep that in a little container. All your little face stuff, all your cosmetic stuff. Ladies, y'all know what we're doing here. Let me see. Portable chargers. We talked about that. Mm, I was thinking about coping skills starting out. Yes. That's where we are. We talked about the journaling. We talked about meditating. Keep a little journal. You know, young folks, they do everything on their phone. I can't journal on my phone. It's not the same. There's something for me that's therapeutic about writing from my head to a piece of paper. I'm still old school, y'all. I still need a calendar. I tried it. I tried living without a paper calendar and stuff. I can't. It's not working for me. So I'm old school. Yep. Get you some pencil, get you some paper, have you a mindful practice, meditation, get you a journal. Do that. That has been helpful in keeping me centered. Y'all know I keep my therapist on speed dial. Y'all, whatever you need to be okay out here, put it in place. Try to take care as much as you can before you hit the road. Okay, we talked about the financial realities. We talked about feeling like you floating in space and what you can do so that you don't feel so like you just homeless. Nobody wants to feel like you just homeless. Do all those things. Another thing we talked about making friends and staying connected. You all, yesterday, I can't tell you how many of my sister friends, y'all get you some good friends. I'm talking about the real ones that you don't even have to talk to every day, but you could do a hootie hoo. You wave a flag and I can't tell you the love I felt yesterday because everybody knew I was having one. I was going through. I was like, oh, Jesus, I done got out here. I'm going to be see now. Lord, I just got outside to play. What you mean? You going to mess with my mind now? I was going through, y'all. I really had a moment, coming to grips with, well, child, you is 60. You not 20. Eventually we are aging. I'm aging on the road. That's a whole nother video. Aging on the road, that's a whole nother video. But staying connected to your community, whether it's an online community, y'all saw my grandbaby was in the chat. He calls me. If he don't call me 3, 4 times a day, he don't call me one. My brother and I have somebody that knows your routine. You know what I'm saying? That if they don't hear from you for a day or two, not that you have to call. I'm talking about these people call me. My brother is going to pick up that phone like, hey, I just need to hear your voice. My grandboy is going to FaceTime with me. Let 2 days go by and they don't hear from me. You want that. That's your home connection. You want that local friend here that you tell, hey, I'm about to go on this excursion and this is who I'm going. You need that. You need those people bookending you so that somebody knows, hey, she just left. She should be back in a few hours. And somebody over here is like, well, I talked to her. You need that. Marilyn is on my contact list too. If I ever, Marilyn and my brother, if I get into something shady, You all do know you can send folks your location in real time. I will send you my location in a New York minute. Drop your coordinates. Have somebody who knows how to handle that information that you trust to know where you are every minute of the day. Those are things that help me feel secure. I'm out here in the world, I'm by myself, having local friends, maintaining that connection to my family in the US, being able to send somebody my coordinates if things feel a little shaky. Do all of those things. Let's see. We talked about, something else I did, and I didn't do it initially, but we were talking about how you can feel like you're just floating out in the world. I'm telling y'all, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yep, travel is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Those places really are. Vietnam was beautiful. I can't lie. Bali was beautiful. I can't lie. But sometimes you I can't say I'm an introvert, so I can't say that I've been homesick because y'all, I wouldn't go back to the US if y'all paid me triple. You could be like, we're gonna give you a free ticket back. Keep it, keep it, keep it. But while I might not get homesick to go back to the US, sometimes you want something that's familiar. You know how when you come in your own house, like the house you own, the real house, you might have a favorite scent or a candle that you always burned, or you use a particular air freshener or whatever. Sometimes a simple scent. And so for me, that's what this time around, I brought all of my little scent birds. Yes, I did. I brought all of my favorites. Since I can't travel with the bottles, I can travel with those little scent bird purse sprays. Dang it, my stuff is over there. It's an easy way to infuse wherever you are with a very familiar scent. You know how you do it? Especially if you have perfume. Usually there's a lamp, right? On the light bulb, don't the light bulb has to be off, light is off. You drop a few drops of your favorite scent right on the light bulb. So I usually just spray a little in my hand, rub it on the light bulb, and when you turn the light bulb on, it infuses your room with a fragrance of your choosing. And it helps too, like if you get in a space and it smells a little musty, that happens in humid climates. It is nothing to walk into a place and it smells musty. But that's a sign, y'all. If y'all ever get in one and it smells dank and moldy, do not stay. That is not good. And it happens in hot places. It happened to me in Bali, and I tried to stay. My throat was scratchy. You'll know if you're in the presence of mold. Don't stay in the presence of mold, and don't let them tell you, well, this everywhere is like that. That's a lie. Turn the air conditioner on. They should have. Mm-mm. Mold is not good under any circumstance. So don't fall for the okie doke. Let's see. I think homestays are going to be the way to go for me. You will, Mimi, if you've never stayed in a homestay, please do it. They're the nicest people. They're in the hospitality business. It is a beautiful way to give back to the community because that money goes straight to their hands. Like initially, I always do this. I never book through booking like for a whole month. That's crazy because you can always come off the platform and bargain and get a better deal. Because those people that run the homestays and the hotels and all of that stuff, especially if they're independent boutique hotels, they pay a fee to be on those. You think they want to pay that fee? No, this works for everybody. Booking brings me into you. But once I get in there, me and you gonna talk and sup. We gonna eat together. Now I'm gonna ask you, can I stay here for the rest of the month? And will you give me a deal? Because if they say no, then who's gonna say no? You ate with the people; they're not gonna say no. So homestays are a beautiful, beautiful way to make you kill two birds with one stone. You get your local friends, you get a discount on your accommodations, and it's love. It's love for everybody. We talked about keeping. D says keep a copy of your passport in case. Yep, always. Not just that. I have all my documents. I have my driver's license, a copy of that. I have a copy of my debit and credit cards. Like, what if you lose it? Do you know the number? You know all them numbers by heart? Because I sure don't. I'm gonna have to close these windows. It's getting hot. So all of that. I have my birth certificate. Y'all, I have everything. First of all, I have a tricky last name. It's hyphenated. And so I'm telling y'all, I have everything. I have my birth certificate. I have everything. If I lose my passport, what you need? You need my marriage license. You need my divorce decree. I have all of that. I have copies of all of it. And I keep all of that stuff in one folder. Because the last thing you want is, if you ever lose your passport, is how are you going to get all these, do yourself a favor, keep a folder of travel documents. Somebody else said that. Yep, do the front and back. Do you have an international driver's license? No. I hear a lot of folks get fined by the police in Thailand. Yes, they do, for not having and not wearing a helmet. That is absolutely true. However, many times you can talk your way out of it with a few hundred baht. You didn't hear it here, and Lord knows, I'm just saying this is what they told me, because I don't do it. I usually just I let somebody drive me on a bike. It is pennies. Literally, I've never paid. Maybe the most expensive taxi I've ever paid is maybe $5 or $6. $7 for sure. That's like doing rush hour traffic. I've never. Most of my rides are $2, $3. If my ride gets to $5, I'm giving somebody some side eye. That's in a car. If you do the Grab bike, which I do advise everybody do it, please ride the bike, y'all. Some of them give you a helmet, the whole shebangity boodle. It's a hoot and a holler. And $1.50. But yes, if you I don't plan on being on a bike, y'all, for real. I'm telling you, things are changing for me. 40-year-old Sandra would have bought the bike, rented the bike. I would have did that, because 40-year-old bones is a little different from 60-year-old bones. These bones, I'm not risking it. I don't want to come off the road. I don't care, y'all. I will manage. I don't want to come off the road. Nope. Even with these challenges and all these things that we're talking about, this is a better life for me. You couldn't pay. I'm not, that's just me. I'll leave that here. I'll leave that right there. Yes, but you will get fined in some places. Like in Bali, I felt like they were a little more lenient. I don't even know if they were checking for helmets, but in Thailand, yes. But I do know that if you have some bots, you know, talk nice. You always have to talk nice too, y'all. Always talk nice. Let's see. What is the name in the airport? I'm not sure. What's the name in the airport? I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's for me. It says, what brand luggage do you like? Y'all, I told you I started out with the luggage that I bought from Marshall's. It's cute, but I don't know. I think that Away is interesting to me. Seems to be like that might be well made. You'll have to ask somebody else that, because I haven't made my luxurious luggage purchase yet, but I will. I haven't even started researching it, because this has still got good life in it. And because I am a minimalist, I don't see myself throwing away anything that's functional until it doesn't function. I will ride this until the wheels fall off. But if this is your first purchase, I say make the investment, because while the wheels work, you all, they aren't four-way spinners on mine. And trust me, you want those four-way spinners, because now you can pull it, push it. The ride is better. So I think it's worth the investment, but mine still functions. And as soon as all the wheels fall off and they can't fix it anymore, then I'll buy some more. Don't leave home without any of your products. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. Did you already mention a portable CO detector? Yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it. But you all, since those things have been happening, I'm noticing, particularly, and see, I don't do a lot of Airbnbs since I'm in hotels. Many people are starting to incorporate that stuff. That was what happened. And I want to say that it was in Mexico. It might have happened. It's probably happened a couple of times where people were overcome from carbon monoxide. Always check, always ask. I see that on booking.com all the time. People are always asking that question. I don't have one that I recommend or prefer. It's probably something I need to make a note to myself, because I honestly, I won't even front. I don't travel with one, and I should, but I don't. And so you all do that. That's something. Let me put that on my own list. A portable CO detector, because we all are, we all heard about the terrible accident. Those people lost their lives and things like that happen. Show us the parasite medication. Okay. The parasite medication is called Loxil. It's Loxcel. I'll put it in the chat. Loxil. And it comes one tablet, and it's a yellow or It's yellow and green. Let me pull it up for you. I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad I found it. Okay, let me see if I can share this with you. Loxel. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to share this screen with you. So let me make this small. Hold tight and I'll show it to you. Share screen. Share. Okay, wait a minute. One of these has to be in a smaller form. Choose what you want to share. I want to share a window and I don't see it here. Chrome tab. Oh, here it is. Can you see that? This is the medication that I was telling you guys about. I hope you can see it because I can't tell if you can see it. Okay, there it is. It's called Loxel. And you'll see it's a 2-pack. I would get the 2-pack. This is good specifically for parasites. So let me read to you what it says. It's in Spanish, but it says for parasites of the intestine. Yeah, it's in Spanish. So I know for a fact that when I was in Mexico, people would recommend. Anybody need to see that? I'm gonna take that off, but it's called Loxel. Stop sharing. And it's inexpensive too. You can find it everywhere. I would ask, if that's an issue. I know it's an issue in Mexico, but here's the caveat to that, y'all. Once you do that, it kills all the flora, all the fauna, all the good gut bacteria, which is, I'll be honest with you. I didn't like it. In Mexico, I was taking it and they say take it every 6 months. You'll know, trust me. You will know, and nothing you do will fix this. I don't know if anybody is in Mexico, if they've had this issue, but without getting too graphic, you'll twitch when you go to the potty, and you will know because your body knows something is off, and nothing, Pepto-Bismol, none of that stuff is going to fix this parasite. You have to kill it. But I had done it, I want to say maybe 3 times. And y'all, every time, now you got to go back in with some probiotics. You got to build it back up. I don't like that. I didn't like it. And when I tell you it kills everything, it kills everything. And we know that you need to maintain a healthy gut biome for overall health. So the lock cell is necessary, but there's some drawbacks to that too. So oh, Carla, thank you. She said your skin is pretty. Thank you. Old school. Yep. I'm just rolling through olive oil for everything. That's one of the things, you all, olive oil, coconut oil. I have not been able to find shea butter everywhere, but you can find olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. My hair loves olive oil. My skin loves coconut oil and olive oil. My hair don't want nothing to do with no coconut oil. And avocado oil works for everything for me. You can cook with it. Olive oil, when I go to the grocery store, when I hit a place, it's a few things I always buy: olive oil, tomato, garlic, salt, and pepper. Like if I'm going to be cooking in a new place, that's on my list. Automatically, I'm getting olive oil because I'm gonna need it for everything: my hair, for cooking, and the whole thing. If you will have earned it. I passed the L'Occitane store yesterday. Oh, I'm telling y'all, that L'Occitane, my best friend and her mom are like that. Okay, I'm just rolling through y'all, trying to see off topic, but that dress color looks great on you. Thank you, Elle. It's one of the dresses I had in Hoi An. I keep that travel Lysol on deck. Yes, you should. And y'all wipe the stuff down. That's why I'm not a fan. I'm particular. I'm particular. This apartment was the best thing I could have done for myself, because after being out on the road, and being exposed, you feel totally exposed. To be able to come back to my spot, priceless, priceless, priceless. Yep. Portugal is known for, I didn't know Portugal was known for mold, but Bali is, Mexico, parts of Mexico, because it's so hot and it's so humid. I would worry about bed bugs. What do you do, especially protecting your hair? I'm telling you, you get you this silk. The beauty of this is that The way it works is that it's woven so tight that the bed bugs can't get in. And this thing has like a hood. Girl, it go all over your head. You put your whole body in. None of you is exposed. It's got a hood to it. Look. It's got a hood. You put this over your head. This is me. You're gonna have to come and get me. So this whole bag, you get into the bag. You put this over your head. And yeah, I don't want no parts of me out. The only time I really felt like I needed to use a job was in Bali. Bali is full of backpackers. At least Ubud is. Ubud is full of backpackers. And so what I will say about this is the only thing I will say about those homestays. Because they're so inexpensive, who you think in them? Backpackers. I ain't got nothing against backpackers, y'all. Hear me when I tell you, everybody deserves to travel. But backpackers tend to be young people. Backpackers tend to be, and I'm not painting anybody with a broad brush, but I'm just telling you what I saw. Backpackers tend to be young people. They tend to be, they're moving pretty fast. So they're in and out. I'm not gonna say they don't bathe, but y'all know what we're talking about. These are teenagers. They're not washing properly. How are you washing your clothes on the go like this? And so, yeah, the only thing with when you stay in those really inexpensive homestays is you will probably encounter more backpackers. Of course, if you pay $400 a night, ain't gonna be no backpackers there. They're not coming for that. You said it with bed bugs. Yes. Isn't something happening in Paris right now with bed bugs? I'm wearing a bonnet in the airport. Mara, girl, you ain't gotta wear your bonnet at the airport. But you need to wear your bonnet at night for sure. Them bed bugs ain't no joke. That's why I'm telling you, when you get on the plane, the only thing about the sarong is that it's cotton too. This is your friend. She gonna go with you everywhere. You can throw her. Nobody has to know this is not a cape. Girl, it's gonna be a cape. Throw it over your shoulders. Nobody has to know. Easy over the head. Yes, it stays in my backpack. No, you're not gonna catch me without it. I can sleep under a bridge. As long as I got my pillow, my blanket, and my silk sleepy. I don't care where you park me, babe. We could sit. What we roughing it at the airport. This is not a problem. Whip out your pillow, your blanket, and your silk sleep mat. You got it. Just be prepped to pay more for luggage. I had 2 bags in the airline. We talked about that. We talked about that. Do yourself a favor, pack light if you don't want to pay extra. And if you think, get you a scale. I think I have one in my Amazon thing. Get you a scale so that you can weigh and know that ahead of time, y'all. Know what the weight, what they're allowing you, because every airline is different. Go to their page, they will tell you how much. What I was working with lately was 20 kilograms for your check-in and 7 kilograms for my backpack. 7 kilograms is about 15 pounds. 20K is about 44 pounds. So I could travel with about 60 pounds. That was included in your ticket. Sometimes it's just your 7 kilo, at least over here, it's your 7 kilo backpack. That's all that's included. You want to know that ahead of time. And the cheapest way is to pay for it beforehand. Don't pay at the airport. If you pay at the airport, bend you over. Yep, bend you over. It's terrible. I had the same situation. I had a $69 ticket and I paid $300 for luggage. Amoebas and worms. Yeah. Well, that's what you're taking if you're in Mexico. Loxdale, I got it. Yes. Uh-huh. Ask in Mexico. What about natural hair care products? That's been the bane of my existence. And so I'm looking for alternatives. Like now I'm using a Pantene product. I know it's not good for my hair. It's full of silicones and all other kind of stuff. But what I will tell you, you should get is a shampoo bar. I have a shampoo bar from who was the parent company of Shea Moisture? Nubian Queen, Nubian something. Get you a shampoo bar. Now you don't have liquid. So it frees you up for all your face creams and all your other things. A shampoo bar I have had it for, I swear, since I hit the road. I've been out here 2 years. That shampoo bar is still going strong. And the one that I have strips, like once I put all the conditioner in, I need to strip those silicones out. And this shampoo bar does that. I wish I could. It's not in a package now. I just have it in a little organza little bag. But whoever is the parent company of Shea Moisture is Nubian something. They make a good shampoo bar, but find one that you like. Take probiotics. Yep. Prebiotics, probiotics. That should be in there too. So bag liner. Uh-huh. Okay. So I think I'm caught up. Amazon, America 100. Yep. Get you one. Yes. I use shampoo for years. Easy to travel. Yep. Shampoo bar will change everything for you. Okay. Here, let me get back to these notes because we were talking about, how are travel bloggers deceiving us? They are absolutely deceiving us, y'all. It's like, it's a game. When y'all see those beautiful, beautiful pictures and nobody is around, that rarely happens. Lounge buddy out. Yep. Y'all dropping the goodness. Y'all better get in it goes down in the chat around here. I'm telling you. This is the filler. It's going down in the chat. These are seasoned travelers, you all. These are people who've done the research and stuff. Get in the chat. But they're absolutely selling y'all. They selling you. It's a sale. You all saw. I went to Da Nang. I went to the Golden Bridge. I know the only way to get around that, if you're interested in taking yep, Nubian heritage. That's it. If you're interested, if you are, an aspiring travel blogger, or you just want to share your travels like I do, because I'm not a travel blogger or vlogger. I happen to travel sometimes and I share it with my family and friends. That's so I'm not really concerned with the perfect shot, but I'm gonna tell you, if you want to get a better shot, be there when whatever it is you're trying to do opens. Be the first one through the gate. So it's going to require some research. Generally, for tours, all the ones I've been on, if you want to be the first one, we talking about crack of dawn. We talking about 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. pickups. Most attractions open 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning because they want to get you in and out of there, especially if you're in a hot place. You don't want to be out there in the middle of the day. Be the first one to whatever the attraction is. You stand a better chance at getting good pictures. You stand a chance of avoiding the crowds. And I'm telling y'all, COVID is still real. So if you can avoid, massive crowds, and I'm telling y'all, people in China and Korea, they are traveling. They are everywhere. I went to the Grand Canyon when I was in the States. I was like, where are these people coming from? Bus loads. And for whatever reason, it seems like they travel, they do family travel. So grandma, everybody is there. Everybody. And when they come 10 deep. They come 10 families, 10 deep. Yeah, man, get there early. Pay whatever it costs. Y'all, another thing I like to do, and it's a little pricier, but I do it. I do private tours. I have done way more private tours than group tours. But here again, group tour has an advantage. You can network, meet people. I have gotten some of the best travel tips on a group tour because you know already that these are people who are interested in the same thing that you're interested in. Group tours are cheaper. The only thing about group tours, I promise you, they're going to work in a sales pitch. Somehow they're going to drop you at some place where they sell tchotchkes, or they're going to have lunch at some place. That's the income. Y'all, everybody eats. That last tour that I went on, I love Kim was my tour guide. And for those of you who bought the tour, um, that tour guide for Southeast Asia, hold tight because I had to ask permission. You can't just be dropping folks' names in documents and selling it. So I had to get permission to include the tour guides in their company. So those people who bought that tour, unless y'all leaving for Asia in the morning, hold tight because you'll be getting those updates. I'm also indicating the hotels that I stayed in personally, and these are the ones I would recommend. Some of the other ones, like for that travel guide, there are 3 levels of hotels and restaurants. I didn't go to all of them. I usually go to the high end, and then I usually do a middle, or either I'll do a budget and I'll do a high end. I always do one high end, y'all, because you gotta know. We gotta know where the luxury lies. So I'm gonna always do one or two night for real. I'm gonna always do a luxury because I want to know what they have to offer. And then I'll either alternate. So in the travel guide, I never I can't have I ever stayed in the city and stayed in all three, like budget, mid-tier. No, I usually just do two. I usually just do the two. But stay tuned. I'll be upgrading that. D says, after sleeping in the airport in Istanbul, I need to know, do you sleep in the airport hotel for overnight layovers or stay in inexpensive inside? I don't come out the airport. Nope. And I stayed at the expensive inside the airport hotel. I don't want to come back through security. I Y'all know my thing is I have never missed a flight. Knock on wood. I've never missed a flight, and I don't want to miss a flight. I never missed a flight while I was planning to travel. I did one time. Flew standby. I'm gonna tell y'all my whole. One time I flew standby. I was on a buddy pass. Fill in the blanks, and then we got bumped. Oh, it took a whole lot of tequila. I was salty. I was not nice. I was hard to deal with because we were in that airport. It felt like a whole day and a half. I don't like that. Especially on long haul travel. I want to get to where I'm going. Generally, if you have a layover like that, a long layover, that's a long haul flight. Or, yeah, like if I'm going right to Vietnam, ain't no overnight where at any rate. Yep, I always opt for the expensive in airport hotel because I don't want to come out. No. The only time that I came out on a long layover, because this was days, and this is how you get your free trip, y'all, was in Doha. I did come out in Doha, but I didn't come out in Kuala Lumpur. I didn't come out when I was going to Bali. No, 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 no. If the layover is longer than 6 hours, I would book the hotel. If the layover is under 4 hours, I would just go to the lounge. Y'all, it's some beautiful lounges out here. That lounge in the airport, what is it, Chagall in France? Holy smoly, baby. I think they had everything but bathrobes. They might even have bathrobes. Beautiful. It was Air France. Beautiful lounge. They give you everything: soap, toothbrush, comb, the whole shebangity boodle. Then they feed you good. Use your airport lounge for intermediate length layovers. If you're going to have a 6, 8, 2 day layover, then yeah, you might want to come on, either get the in airport hotel or the out of airport. I would never, I just am not a fan of coming out that airport. I'm just not. I feel like every time you make a move like that, you open yourself up to what if, what if you get out here and you lose your pay, and I don't risk it. So I've only come out the airport one time, only once. So, yep. Okay. What else? We were talking about Instagram versus the reality. Y'all get to the attractions early. If you are so inclined, if money is not like top of mind, pay for the private tour. It is nothing like being able to dictate, because on a private tour many times you can dictate the pace. We have restructured and said we don't want to go to this restaurant, we want to go to this restaurant. I did that when I went to Shanghai, to the White Temple and the Blue Temple. We picked our own lunch spot, and so that flexibility, again, keeps you kind of out of gym pop. Whenever I go on those group tours, I swear to you, they drop you off in the shopping village and they leave you for an hour. Sir, I can't believe I paid you to drop me here. No, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. Generally, on private tours, they're going to know where the best bathrooms are. They will stop, let you get coffee. It is a whole different experience, and they don't break the bank. Here's how I get my private tours. Um, Viator. I got a new one for y'all too. Klook. It's Klook. I don't know if it's Cloak, Klook, but it's Klook. Get Your Guide is good, and Airbnb. most times they'll offer you a group travel price and an private tour price. The only thing about private tours, because I travel single, sometimes a private tour will have a minimum of 2 people. Keep looking, because you don't want to pay double just because you want some privacy. I like to go private too because I want to take pictures. I'm filming content. You don't want to have to rush because the group has moved on when you're trying to create content. Private tours are perfect for content creators because now you also got a built-in cameraman. The tour guide always knows the best photo spots. I'm telling y'all how to make your life easy, especially if you're talking about creating content and traveling. Get you a private tour. It's worth it. It's worth a few extra dollars. You don't impose on anybody. Just do it. Airbnb experience was good for us in Morocco. Y'all know I stopped using Airbnb really. It's my last resort. I had some bad experiences. And it wasn't even that the place was so bad, the customer service and the follow-up. They just didn't care. We were stuck out in Merida like at night. And the lady was like, well, just go book a hotel. We'll reimburse you something. We'll give you this. No, man, I don't know. Hey, Black women build wealth. That's my sister in money. We talk money. Yes, the Klook app. Y'all know booking.com. Get your guide is good. Mm, I really like Viator, even though they are not the cheapest. I will give you that. But I have never had a bad tour with them. I just started using Klook since I got here. But Klook offers all kinds of stuff. I bought massages off of that app, so check it out. Uh-huh. Yeah, oh yes, the tuk-tuks. Good experience. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about the reality versus the Instagram image, y'all. I promise you, when you get there, it will be as beautiful. But rarely do I ever get to a place that is a tourist attraction and it's empty. The only way you're going to get it empty is if you go early. And what I have learned too is because I am not a travel blogger, I am not concerned with getting the most perfect shot. You could ruin your whole experience chasing down the perfect shot. That stuff is all cooked. Trust me, they got editors. They are editing. That stuff is so heavily edited that you will try to attain that and it just seems impossible. It feels like a setup to be disappointed. So I never go in trying to get the perfect shot. I do listen. So if somebody says, catch this place at sunset or catch this place at sunrise, I try to do that. But I am not obsessed with nobody can be in my picture or I got to get the best angle. Girl, don't nobody care. I mean, unless you're a travel vlogger and they paying you, most of us are traveling and sharing. That's the kind of traveler I am. My stuff is not perfect, and some things you can fix in the post. You can fix in the post production. But yeah, I don't allow that thing trying to get the perfect angle, the perfect shot in and not the perfect moment. I think it hinders you from having the genuine experience. And here's something else, y'all. I don't share everything. Some moments are just for me. The pressure to be, a blogger, you want content, lots of content, 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 content. I let that go. Y'all, my Instagram, I might post something and then I can post a whole trip on Instagram. And then the next trip, you won't see nothing on Instagram because some of it is for me. Some of it is genuinely, I want to know the history or I want to enjoy this lunch with this person. I met a girl in Hanoi. We met on the street over a sandwich. I'm not blogging this. I'm not taking no pictures. I'm not asking her to be, no. I want to be in the moment. I want to have that moment. She still contacts me, y'all. I'm telling you. Priceless. I can tell you about the pitfalls, and I can tell you honestly for sure that stuff that you see on Instagram is edited. It's real. The places are real and they're really beautiful, but they're so heavily edited. Don't get caught up in all of that crazy. Be present. Enjoy the moment. Don't miss the friend that's sitting right there because you looking through your camera at everything. I get enough content, but it's not the reason why I travel. I'm a traveler that documents. I'm not a travel blogger. I happen to be moving around the world and I want my grandkids to see. I want my friends to see, oh, this is an opportunity. You like this, you might want to do it too. So don't get caught up in all that stuff because that stuff ain't real anyway. That's not even real travel. You got to stage all that stuff to get the picture. No, go have the experience. And that pressure, it can feel like pressure if you get too caught up in it. And I've been there, and that's why I'm telling y'all this. I have been like so preoccupied with I gotta show. No, you don't. Nobody is gonna miss. They're not gonna miss it. They can't miss what they can't measure. So don't do it to yourself. That was point five. And point six is this the same thing? Share less than oh yeah. People want to see the real. People want to see the real stuff. They want to see the meal. They want to see, the pool had leaves in it. I'm not cleaning the leaves out to shoot y'all no shot of this pool. The pool got leaves in it. The beach is not perfect. This beach got dead fish. It's got whatever it is. But y'all, to put those images out, I think you setting folks up when they get there, they can be like, girl, it didn't look like that when I got there. Well, if you go behind me, it's gonna look just the way it was because I rarely. Sometimes I edit a picture, but most times not. I just grab the best five shots I got. These the best five I got. This is the best five you gonna get. It is what it is. I'm more interested in giving you the history or the background or why is this relevant? I think that is more important to give a person. I think that's more valuable. If I went to this bridge and it was opened here and this is why it's important. This is what it symbolizes for these people. That's way more important than getting the perfect shot, and give the folks what they want. Nobody wants that perfect stuff. And then my truth. This is my truth. Marissa asked me a question. I don't know if y'all remember this in the live, not the walk, the other one. She said, Sandra, what is something that you've learned about yourself? And my aunt through travel, through 2 years, what have you learned about yourself? And I said to her, I think I am my experience in the US traumatized me more than I realized. Most of us going to therapy because we're dealing with something. If you had anything, but you pick that thing, whatever it is that's troubling you, you go. I don't know many people that say I'm going to therapy because America has traumatized me because I don't know that we realize how traumatized we really have been because we were exposed. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us. Some of us stayed in toxic jobs. Some of us lived in toxic and had toxic families, toxic relationships. Some of us went through. If that's not you, then this isn't for you. But for me, I dealt with the things I knew, but I had not been able to put a voice to the US had traumatized me too. You all, police, having encounters with the police. I don't know that we realize the imprint. I notice it that when I'm in another country, I'm bracing myself for this police encounter that never materializes. And let me tell y'all, if y'all want to have a good encounter with some police, get over to Spain. They are gorgeous. I think you almost got to be good looking to be a police officer in Spain. I'm the most pretty police I ever did see. And where was I? In Barcelona. Not only are they gorgeous, y'all, they're friendly. The police in Mexico, they are fully armed and sometimes they have a mask, but I promise you, they were the friendliest. If you look at them and wink, they'll wink back. It is not the same, but I didn't know that. Maryland, ain't the police officers cute in Spain? Oh, gee, I got pictures. They are beautiful. There's some good looking officers in Mexico too, in Playa del Carmen. Shoo. Anyway, that's my thing. And I shared this with y'all partially yesterday. I'm not worried about some of the things that we talked about today. I have already had time to work out. Like I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried. I'm okay now. I've been out here 2 years. When I wake up in the middle of the night, it doesn't startle me as much. But y'all know what I'm dealing with, y'all. I'm aging on the road. What the heck? I'm aging on the road. And every time I have one of those little things where I can't recall something, y'all, oh, it triggers me. That thing triggers me because it cuts right to a fear. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I didn't really have to deal with because I was at home in the US. I was younger. I was 2 years younger. I was in my safety zone and net in my comfort zone. Now I'm not, I don't have the benefit of that structure. Now when that thing happens, I think, ooh, how long you gonna be able to do this? Ooh. When I first noticed something with my memory, you guys, it was in 2018. So this is now 2023. This is 5 years later. That thing has not stopped. And so that is what I'm very cognizant of. So here's what I'll say. This is my personal unfiltered truth that people really generally don't share when they're talking about travel because we talk about all the good stuff. You may need to have an exit plan, seriously. There are some things that you should put in place for your own safety. We touched on those, of course, having a local friend, keeping in touch. But you all, you need to have a plan. When we were in Playa, we had like a phone tree and everybody had phone numbers. And this is like if you, of course, that might be a little hard if you're bopping around. But if you're going to be in a place like I'm gonna be here 6 months, if there's a whole Black community here, you want to connect to them, but they need to know if something happens to you, who's the family member. People don't know that. Your family doesn't know who to contact here unless you tell them. So don't neglect that. If you're a slow traveler like me, if you're bopping around, your phone gonna be your best friend because that's how people will keep up with you. You can drop your location, you can communicate where you are, and you'll have to be vigilant. But if you are slow traveling like me and you settle in a place for 3 months to 6 months, you connect with your local friend, you connect with the Black expats or brothers and sisters of, you want to find one person in that group that you trust, that you can say, hey, if something happens to me, here's my info. This is my kid's number, blah, 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 blah. And you want to exchange that information with your children. You want them to know, or whoever is on the other side for you, you want to let them know, hey, this is the person. If y'all don't hear from me for 5 days, you contact this person. And so it could seem, nobody wants to talk about the what ifs, but this is a what if that we need to talk about. And for me, knowing that I am aging and I have been paying attention to my own brain functioning, I cannot be out here all willy nilly, just like, okay, well, when it happened, it happened. No, I have to be proactive. I have to speak this, let my kids know, because they don't believe me, y'all. When I tell my kids, y'all know your mama not 20 no more, they be like, you still that feisty little, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Mommy is changing and transforming, and that's a reality. So don't avoid having those conversations that might not be about the fun side of travel. It's not about the beautiful beach, but it's necessary. It's the full circle. So we go from the planning to the executing to the enjoying. And what happens if you have to, if you get sick, if something happens to you, once it happens, it's really kind of too late to try to set that stuff up. Who said this? Agent 88 and postman. Come on, girl. Who said it? Asian. Mine ain't ADHD. Mine is PTSD. And postmenopausal. Stop playing games. I know this is TMI, but it's the truth. It's real. And I don't think that we think about that. That some of us, if y'all in y'all 30s and y'all 40s, enjoy. Y'all go out, have a good time. Still have an exit plan and do the insurance. Come on now. But you're not worried about aging on the road. That's something I have to have honest conversations with my contact people. My children need to know for real. I'm not joking. I'm telling y'all, if you get the bat signal and the hootie hoo, get over here and get your mama so she don't be living under a bridge or bumping off walls. Nobody wants to really talk about that stuff, but there it is, y'all. So if y'all got any questions for me, Now's the time because we always go 2 hours. My intent is always 1 hour, 90 minutes, yeah. But 2 hours, y'all. We've been here 2 hours. The temperature has changed. Can y'all see the sun has shifted? It's hot. Anything you guys have for me? I think I kind of went over everything. Y'all don't let those bloggers fool you. It is not perfect out here. It's not perfect, but it can be, you can make your journey perfect for you. My journey has been perfect for Sandra because I have learned. I don't fret, y'all. Another benefit that has, I'm so, even though I still have anxiety, y'all, I do not. It's certain things now. Child, I don't care if the taxi come or the taxi don't come. I don't care if the day unfolds the way I said it should unfold in the morning. I just don't care. I do not. I can wait in line for 30 minutes. We would never wait in a line for anything in the US for 30 minutes. Child, I will sit now. That's when I take out my phone and I start cleaning out them pictures. I start answering emails. You learn be out of necessity. I have been, no place I have been, maybe Europe, operates as efficiently as the US. The US is all about efficiency. We're going to do it faster, bigger. That's us. We're going to build a better mousetrap. That's the whole premise of the US. Capitalism and build a better mousetrap because you can sell it if it's better. Quick, quick, quick. Nope. The rest of the world don't move like that, especially if it's hot. If it's a hot place, I can guarantee you they're going to take a siesta. The dogs even move slower. The puppies, nobody's moving fast. These people have figured it out. That doesn't serve them. And isn't that why so many of us are leaving the US anyway? Not even that we're expatting or making an exodus, but we travel to get away from some of the rat race. So be prepared to wait. Be prepared, honey, that it's not going to be efficient. You're going to see them take 15 steps to do something, and you're standing there saying, "Girl, I could have did that in two steps or less. I could do that in 3 notes or less." Leave it. You'll be frustrated beyond words. I have learned to be patient. Ain't even a word. It's beyond patience. I've learned to just go with the flow. It don't have to happen today. It may not happen for 2 days. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody else in the world is moving at the pace that Americans move. I haven't seen it. Even in Europe. I promise you in Spain, they take a for real siesta. Well, the last time I was there, they closed down between, is it 12 and 2, 12 and 4, 11 and 4, something like that. But right smack dab in the middle of the day, they wrap it up. You might not be able to get into a restaurant. And breakfast is, that's not everywhere. So I hope you have found some value. In the description of this video, there is the actual download. I'm offering a free download for aspiring world travelers. There's a checklist. You can actually download it. I did the link. But if you use that link, y'all, I set it up through ConvertKit. I got to turn this one over to Marissa. It'll ask you for your credit card number, even though the download is free. I downloaded it for myself just to walk through the process. I put in my credit card. It didn't charge me anything, but I don't know why that step is necessary. So I did leave the link, but I also just put the whole checklist right in the description so you can copy and paste it. If you don't, I don't like putting my credit card any place that don't need to be. That's a rule. If you don't need my credit card, I'm not dropping it. So I haven't figured out a way. I'm just starting this thing with ConvertKit. It works, it's beautiful. But I don't know why for a free download, they still ask you for your credit card number. So if anybody is uncomfortable with that, don't use the link. Go right into the description, just copy and paste it. But the checklist is free. It'll kind of go over some of these things, just reminders of some of the things that we talked about today. And that's it. That's it. If you want the guide for Southeast Asia, it covers 4 countries: Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand. It's got hotels, restaurants, some helpful phrases that might help, some things you might need to know about the culture, the customs, and It comes with free automatic updates. You don't have to do anything to get the updates. So as I get permission from the providers, because what I think would be helpful too is if you have the actual tour guide that I used, the ones that I liked, because some hotels that I stayed in, you all, I didn't put in that guide because I wouldn't recommend them. So I just left them off. If there's anything that you see that you would like or you come across that you think should be in that guide, give it to me. Let me know. I can't promise I'm gonna put everything in, but I want that thing to be a living, working document. I'm going back to Vietnam. There's some places I like. Y'all, I haven't been to Laos yet. So when I go to, so the Laos, you'll notice that Laos section is pretty light. It's pretty general. It's one city, what you need to see. And that I got through research. But I'm going to Laos. And so when I go, I'll drop all of that information in there. So hold tight. If you got your guide, just, you don't have to do anything. The guide is $9.99, and the updates, you just get emailed automatically. As usual, you thought of everything. Girl, I don't know if I thought of everything, but I sure tried to. Y'all, I'm getting better. I got notes. Oh. I thought those people were doing that stuff like off the top of their head. When you see like my favorite YouTubers, y'all check out the Yarboroughs too, because they just did a video on, something pretty similar to this about the myths of travel. And they talk about it. People post questions. Check out the Yarboroughs. And let's get to it. So H&D Abroad, please go over and subscribe to their channel. Those are my good friends, Herman and Dee, and they're preparing to Exodus next year, I believe. So cheer them on. I'm just going to roll through here. And Mimi Slow Travels, I'm going to assume that that's a YouTube channel. Y'all get over there. This is how we do it. We have 47 people in the chat. If y'all are not subscribed to those channels, do you know what it would mean to them if they could leave this live with 5, 10 subscribers? Y'all do that. It's free, and it takes no time at all. So please check out H&D. Let's talk about it with Mara. Me and Mara, we got to do something together. I'm telling you, I know that conversation is going to be good. Mara and I share some similar things in our upbringing. And so you definitely want to get over there to her channel. Do it now, please. Just go. Just subscribe. I'm scrolling through. We got D. Let's talk about it with Mara. Y'all know my favorite plant girl, Yvette Boone of Yvette Boone Creates. All the money girls, Money Coach Malika. Oh, what is Brown Girls Invest Too, Black Girl Stocks, Lisa Stocks, all the money girls. And of course, y'all know Stephanie Perry, Rashida, and Adelia. We always watching their stuff. Black Women Build Wealth. That's my sister. We met up in Mexico. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's where we crossed paths, in Mexico. And who else is in here? Oh, Traveling the Diaspora. Go right now. Don't cost you nothing. Hit her up. It would do my heart good if my YouTube sisters came back and they told me, like, yeah, we picked up 10 subscribers. Come on, y'all. We love on each other. New Life Curator. That sounds like a YouTube channel. And if it's not, it should be. Sparkling Jewel. See, I can't tell with that one. You have to let me know if you have a YouTube channel. Elise Hawkins? No, I think that's a name. I'm not sure. Okay, I can't see anybody else in the chat. And Marilyn, did I get everybody? I hope I did. If I didn't, charge it to my head and never my heart. I hope I got everybody. If you are here and oh yes, rise up and bloom. Stop playing games. Kat is over there. Y'all know Kat is a genius, right? This is how I knew Kat was a genius. Everybody was coming up with their stuff. We talked about Kathy too. I think Kathy, and who's doing something with Kat? It might be D. Somebody's doing something with Kat. Well, anyway, let me tell y'all when I knew Kat was a genius. Stephanie was doing like work with me sessions. I was like, oh, that's brilliant, because she's getting her work done and she's also still getting her YouTube hours in. Brilliant. Then Kathy did journaling. I'm like, oh my God, that is so brilliant. She's journaling and she's still getting her baby. But when Kat came in with the naps, grown up nap time, I said, well, do Jesus. Cat is napping on YouTube and racking up YouTube hours, and God willing, getting paid. Because if that sister's channel is monetized and she can get paid to nap, you're a genius. I wish I'd have thought of it. So what I do now, y'all, is I walk and talk. But we're all trying to build this up because for some of us, it is really a viable way to generate more income. I'm telling you, y'all, my YouTube channel is up to like $27 a month. It'll pay. Okay, it's not a lot, but I'm not, what am I doing? But sitting here talking to you, I was gonna do that anyway. So it's up from what it was. I'm making like $27 a month on YouTube. That'll pay for my StreamYard subscription, and we're growing. So do me a favor, go love on those ladies, love on all of those. Nap time, I'm telling you, with the rebloom room with Cat. Is that not genius? My sister takes a nap on doggone YouTube. I hope to God she makes $1 million with that idea because that was just genius. So go follow her, please. And I think that's all I have. Girl, $27 pays for my StreamYard subscription because I think it's like $25 a month. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe by this time next year, my YouTube channel might be paying for itself because we got all this other stuff. Anyway, we ain't got to go into that. Write the channels down. Get your pen and paper. Write them down. If the people are here, can you all? If you drop a link in the chat, it won't let you link to it, will it? I don't think so. We'll have to find a more efficient way to share. But I don't think if even if we drop the link in, you can't click on it. You still would have to copy and paste it anyway. It's probably just as easy to just put their names in your YouTube search box. And please, I just want to see them. I just think every time we fellowship like this, if we can all leave a little richer, we can all leave a little better off. Come on, why not? It's free. All right, y'all. D, thank you. 10 more laughs out loud. I just ordered your guide. Thank you, D. Thank you, Sparkle and Jewel. Oh, Marissa, let's get free. Yes, how could I forget Marissa? And Dr. Kamani. Y'all, Dr. Kamani is doing, when I tell you she doing the work, Dr. Kamani got in there and rolled up her sleeves. She is not playing around with women and black women in toxic jobs. You need to get out. She has something coming up in January too. How to get your money. She and Dr. Roche are working together to get you out of toxic jobs. If the money is the issue, go see those ladies. Hey, naturally, LID. I hope I'm saying that right. Y'all better get over there. Hey, Rise Up and Bloom. I'm telling y'all, subscribe to my sister's channels. We're all out here doing the same thing. And I'm telling you, we'll do the same for you. Of course, we're going to do the same thing for you. Get in alive. Go, Marilyn, can you do it? Oh, okay. That's the link. I thought I was going to say, can we put the link in? Hey, Sexy L. We can't link the YouTube channel in the chat. It won't hyperlink. But y'all know you know what to do. Get over there and see my folks and let those numbers go up. Y'all, please, and let me know the next time we get in here together, please let me know if you see a little bump in your subscriber counts. That's what we do. We love on each other and support each other over here. So that's it, y'all. I gotta go because I ain't even had breakfast. I will be talking to you all. I don't even know if it's tomorrow, but the next one is how YouTube changed my life with just 1,000 subscribers, because it really has. Y'all, it may take some time to build your channel up, but there are many ways. I didn't even know YouTube was a business funnel. What do you know? So I'll be sharing all those ways. I just thought YouTube was a creative outlet. That's what I thought when I started. That you just get on, and it's a way for you to express yourself. Yeah. But you can make money. You can actually, and it might not be from your videos. That takes some time. I don't want to sell nobody a dream because it does take time and viewers and big numbers to see money come from that. But you can steer money, you can steer people to your business. There are all kinds of things. There are all kinds of ways you can use YouTube to help generate or create a second, third, fourth stream of income. And so let's love on each other and support each other and get those numbers up. I got to get back in the YouTube game. Yes, Cat, come on. I was just saying, Cat is absolutely genius. Who would have ever thought I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a live nap? Girl, you should have. I swear to you, I told everybody. I said this is a genius. Who didn't think of that? We should have all thought of it. But that's it, y'all. I gotta go for real because I'm getting ready to go get me something to eat. My tummy is starting to rumble a little. But I will see you all. I'm going to tell you all the ways that YouTube has changed my life, how I'm using it to create a second stream of income. You can sell products, y'all. It works, but it is work. So don't let nobody tell you that it ain't, because it is work. You do have to put in the time. All right. Mwah. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Got to talk to my sister Marilyn. We about to have a kiki session. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.